Hey, folks, Munchkin Adversary. This is actually going to be a series of videos within the Don't Be Sonic 93 Abuser saga, but this is going to actually take place before I guess part 6 and maybe 7 because I'm going to upload them a bit out of order. So chronologically speaking, this video is being done before the rest of the Channeleven and I guess Wikitubia stuff, but it's going to be uploaded after basically. Now, the reason why I'm kind of running behind schedule is because I find there's so many people that's been talking about Sonic 93 like nonstop with different narratives under the quote unquote same umbrella. And it's like, okay, if she's such a big deal, why didn't you do anything about it? So I came across this. I forgot what the hell I was doing. Oh, actually, now I remember. I was looking at the Wikitubia here, and I was trying to see what else was wrong with it, other than basically everything. Whereas people were claiming Nani and other folks said this and that about Sonic 93, and I wanted to look into this because I already debunked something. If no one else before or after me, I debunked something that had to do with the Yoshi 1 situation in which someone had claimed up here that Sonic 93 called Yoshi 1 a twisted fuck and other things. And the thing is, that wasn't Sonic 93 who said it. It was a victim of Yoshi 1 who called him a twisted fuck in Sonic 93 and Amy Chan's video because they had a guest star who was hurt by Yoshi 1. Not physically, but I say emotionally and mentally. But the thing is, what is wrong with these type of videos is that when you're talking about somebody and you're not really having citations, no, people do not count as citations unless they have their evidence. If you're not using citations, you're more than likely screwed. I'm not saying that if you don't have the evidence, that means you're automatically lying. No, it doesn't mean that. As I've said in one of my videos, the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. Just because you don't have it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. But in this case, it's been repetitive. Like people say, oh, the evidence exists in regards to Sonic 93 doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And it's like, it's so ridiculous. If the evidence exists and you have it, why not show it? It's not absent, is it? If it's not absent, that means it's somewhere, and you say you got it, then give it. So the big issue with this, oh, right here, number one, the reason why I am doing a video on Boon Cannon's take on Sonic 93, I guess, is because one, I spotted this guy right here. And I don't know if this is or isn't Ghost.ExE, but it looks like Ghost.ExE. And a lot of times people like to chime in on things and they add absolutely nothing. Truthfully, they don't. And you got Dumbsville and Ghost.ExE right here in Nico Royan's picture. She names off, when you scroll down on Nico Royan's DeviantArt, because she did a video on this, she was taunting Sonic 93 even though she didn't get her career destroyed by having Dumbsville and Ghost.ExE, almost forgot his name, in the picture, but she doesn't credit them. Now, when you don't credit somebody, and you got them there as clear as day, and people can just name them out, and you're not even talking about them remotely in your picture, that is suspicious. It really fucking is, because what's stopping you? If you know them, if you know about them, why not hint at them? You don't even hint at them. Only like one or more people pointed out Dunsville, but no one pointed out Ghost.ExE. Oh, but that's the thing. He's a ghost, and I don't fucking care. If you're just joking around, hey, fine. If you're being serious, say, oh, he's a ghost, and no one needs to know, and you're trying to take it seriously, shut the fuck up. Because Ghost.ExE is one of the worst fucking quote unquote trolls in a Sonic 93 situation. He's not even he's a fucking leech, which is far worse. A troll's on a spectrum. But going down, Ghost.ExE being number one, if that is Ghost.ExE, Number two, it's not OBD, but rather AllenPhoenix. Now, AllenPhoenix, I have it in my mind that AllenPhoenix and Alan Raven are the same person. Alan Ravenix, I mean, made a topic on Sonic93 like a whole lot of people on DeviantArt. And the thing is, what the fuck? Jar AK Just a Robot and Ghost.ExE, attack of the video art. This is tiring. I'm going to read this at the end. Like maybe like the last video. Because I want to see this video for myself. I already watched like half of it technically, or part of it. The Boon Cannon one. But this is making me sick. It's like, oh, it's making you sick. Why are you doing? It's because their cries for help. And I don't like it when people are fucking weaponized to the point that a lot of you idiots end up being murderers and taking someone's life over this. That's why. Now, when it comes to AllenPhoenix and OBD and JessJaffolo, I'm going to read this and then I'm going to start the video. And then at the end, I'm going to read it again because this is tiring. I'm not going to start the video just yet because I want you people to sink this in. OBD is somebody who is actually posted under Bag of Deuce. If you've heard of him, if you've seen my Bag of Deuce videos, one of the videos they posted on, I don't know their gender, I'm sorry. They said, why hasn't Sonic93 been arrested yet? I mean, if people are accusing her of being a pedophile because of her sexual attraction to Silver, why don't they just physically call the police instead of threatening to do so from behind a computer screen? You may say, oh, well, you don't have evidence of people not responding. It's in one or more of my other videos. That's the thing. I'm not going to keep going back and forth. You can go check for yourselves. The issue with people in the Sonic93 situation is that they were picky in regards to what videos they watched and what they were picking out of the videos, and they claimed to watch the whole thing when they didn't. Super Strike 65 himself and Sonic93 have revealed that, and that audio I played back in like part 5. It's really true. And I'm sick and tired of it. If you claim to have evidence, why aren't you showing it? Why are you making us do all the hard work? And then Dragon Tamer is another person, someone who posted 4 years ago, essentially. Sonic93 has a long list of bad or just stupid things she's done. Like, read for yourselves, please, because I will read this in the last part. I want to sum it up. This person right here is acting like they saw everything. Everything. Dylan Thomas, I heard Dylan Thomas's name in this video. So my thing is, if this person, Dylan Thomas, if I know who the guy is in the video, has something on Sonic93, you are also legally fucked because you didn't do a damn thing to deal with a quote-unquote abuser. Instead, you slandered somebody. That's why I'm here. That's number 3, actually. And they're showing off right here saying, I mainly watch them for background noise when playing games. I don't fucking care. What I fucking care about is you stalled. You didn't do a damn thing about the slander. You act like it's true, but you still didn't do a damn thing about a quote-unquote abuser. None of you did. And this list right here that I pretty much wrote over, this exists. This is made by Wi-Fi 93. What about the quote-unquote victims? Did any of you do a damn thing? No, you didn't. No, you fucking didn't. That's the thing. And Ghost.ExE, maybe. If that's Ghost.ExE in the video, you're really fucked. I'm tired of people messing with the lives of other human beings. You have no damn right to do that. And then Jim's another one who actually posted about 5 months ago now, 5 or 6, to try to drag people back into the drama. Ghost.ExE himself did it as well by having people go into Riley Puppy's video, the same video on Sonic93, DontBeSonic93, just to try to get Riley Puppy's attention to go and make more videos about Sonic93. Again, please look at my other videos. You'll see for yourselves. Again, just because it's not right in front of you does not mean I'm lying. stop being lazy. If you're not into it, then I don't blame you. But when someone's calling for help, you should try to do something or let somebody else know, please. Because this person right here was calling Sonic93 a doxer. And it's not true. Sonic93 never was a doxer. She never had Super Sprite dox anyone, especially. Even though Super Sprite did things himself, Sonic93 is not responsible. Oh my goodness. Say that she attacked kids and stuff. Like, this is where this comes in regards to what JessJaffolo said and what AllenPhoenix said to OBD. So notice that OBD9660 says, I find it funny how people say Sonic93 behaves like a child, yet she's doing these videos on a children's series, which is hardly a surprise to me. Wouldn't they, like, go hand in hand with one another? I mean, if she were doing a video on, say, Modern Warfare and behaving like a kid, I could understand the problem, since that's for adults. It's like, that's not really accurate. Someone can act like a kid. I guess I'm taking it a bit out of context. If she was seriously acting like a kid, like, and by your definition of kid, if she was seriously acting like unstably immature, then yes. But there's nothing wrong with being, basically immature and having fun. If you're acting like a kid, like to the degree of saying like you're just being silly, that's a different story. That's on a spectrum. But that's my understanding of what OBD was saying. If they were acting like literally like a literal child and being overly serious, then, especially in Sonic93's case, if she was acting like that, then yeah, that's what I get. But then JessJaffolo says it's not just that she's behaving like a child. Although a big reason that concerns people is because she's a fully grown woman screaming like a child over a fictional character. A lot of her actions are being criticized for reasons other than being childish. She's been throwing her friends and the people who supported her under the bus, tearing down a 15-year-old for having a contradictory opinion, although it has been proven. Okay, think about this. Though it has been proven she has become more of a problematic person, but that's beside the point and doesn't link to Sonic93's argument. And there's even evidence in certain commentary videos that the way she treats some of her white knights is even downright abusive. So her behavior is concerning for more than just acting like a child. Um, if it's that concerning, why the fuck didn't you do anything about it? This is 4 years ago. You had all the damn time to do something about it. And then guess who chimes in? AllenPhoenix, who is probably Alan Ravenix. They said, why are you constantly trying to defend Sonic93 and her actions? I have seen you coming back into the topic and try to defend or minimize her actions. Surely you can understand that she has hurt people, that she screamed and yelled at people to the point that they cry. There is zero justification to scream at anyone to a point they cry. Just stop, man. No good would come from trying to defend her now at the point. Okay, why the fuck didn't you do a damn thing? Again, you just saying it, but you didn't do a thing to stop her, did you? Oh, she stopped already. Did she say anything now? You idiots were still saying things to this day. You didn't tell Jim or anybody, baby girl, whoever it was, posting on the Rilo Puppy's video to stop. You didn't tell anybody to stop. You didn't tell anybody to stop attacking her. You didn't tell anybody to stop fishing for her. You didn't correct the wiki. You did not make concerns in your own videos. You let other people do the work because you led them on. Shut the fuck up. OBD says, I'm not trying to defend her shouting at a 15-year-old in any way, shape, or form. So they're talking about Melody Sugarplum. Apparently in the video, people were saying, oh, Sonic93 is behaving like a child. But what does this have to do with Melody Sugarplum? AllenPhoenix, outright, wrongfully, I should say, gaslit OBD by throwing that in. Ain't no way they defended Sonic93 over Melody Sugarplum right here. What the hell are you talking about? So When OBD said this, that they're not defending Melody Sugarplum, or defending, well, not defending Sonic93 over Melody Sugarplum, Allen said, and if you know that, no, I'm gonna fucking mock you right here. And if you know that, why are you coming to each one of these videos that are done on Sonic93 and not picking the crap out of them? If you're going with the mentality of treat others as you would yourself, she has warned that out a long time ago that no, everyone is tackling her and her behavior and how she treated others behind the scenes now coming to light. Respect is the default. Disrespect is earned. We've all given her a chance to shape up and she still wants to act nasty. Heck, aside for a couple, most of these videos, with hyperboles aside, have tried to reason with her, but she's too stubborn to listen, which makes people harder and crueler because of how much of she wants to act like a brat. Understand with these hour-long commentaries, Bumblebee, that there will be long made before Megatron quit YouTube. So I'll rephrase. Why are you coming to these videos and nitpicking them, Bumblebee? I don't even think that was a good Optimus Prime impression, but I fucking felt like I needed to. Now, when it comes down to me, because I felt the need to actually say this, not because I wanted to get their attention, but in case they felt like, like every other asshole jumping back to try to gatekeep the Sonic 93 situation. Yeah, people are gatekeeping it, and they have been. That's what the accusers do. I said, I get this was 4 years ago, but people keep popping up in comment sections under different videos, websites, and deviations to get content creators involved and others dragged back into it. AllenPhoenix has been one of them. Number one, I'm only going to say this once, Allen. People have a right to their own opinions regarding any person, place, or thing. But when you single out someone by gaslighting their thoughts and opinions, whether or not they take a neutral stance, it goes to show you're trying to leave a messy narrative untouched. When you make pseudo opinions for the sake of fabricating, that makes you a manipulator. I don't care if you do respond, I know your antics. And I think I've seen your posts on Sonic93 elsewhere. So if you or anyone responds or jumps in for the sake of attacking or to even turn things around on me, it's not going to help matters. I'm saying my piece. Number two, my question to you is, what did you and everybody calling Sonic93 an abuser do to stop her? Did you or did you not call the police? People had said she tried to dox Alduin and Dumbsville. No official video diving into the matter, is there? Again, you're not responding to OBD because you know or believe Sonic93 is guilty. You are protecting a narrative that was never proven by deflecting what OBD said. And what OBD said is related to Boon Slayer's video. Yours isn't. You burn it off topic. Number three, you burn it off topic because of your replicated bias and resentment on someone, Sonic93. You could have flipped the channel on. If Sonic93 were a dangerous person, why didn't you make a video about her instead of dragging practically everyone into the quote unquote drama? Just as I cannot control you. You have no right to control Sonic93, OBD, or anyone. You're not an elder god. You're not Thanos. Also, did you even watch the whole video here? You're not a real supporter if you came here to pick targets. Number four, any comeback you have would prove you're a bully looking for the audience to hand you likes instead of you actually reasoning with people. I advise folks like you to stop migrating from content to content, screaming Sonic93 victims if you're not gonna ever prove it to be true, nor are you gonna be proactive. Real abuse victims, in general, like me, take offense to that. Yes, I am an abuse victim. Stop spreading slander and be mindful of content creators who aren't sharing your narratives. Number five, Sonic93 raising her voice is beside the point. People raised their voices before you. She and I were even born. Shouting by default, is not an issue. Yes, it can be. I'm not saying yelling is always okay. I'm not saying screaming is always okay. It really depends. Being abusive and especially abusively yelling at someone is not okay. That's what I'm saying. It depends on the who, what, where, when, why, and or how. Now there are lines we do not cross, and you not reporting her contrary to your claim would count as you stalling. I'm not here to trash on the video. I'm trying to see different perspectives. Number 6, you go around like Paul Revere, yes, literally, spreading nonsensical behavior to put uninvolved content creators at risk. Yes, I know your comments are owed. I'm leaving this in case someone falsely accuses anyone or Boomslayer for your mess. Bottom line, Allen, you left your comment not to reason with OBD or for anyone to understand, but to play hero using a public opinion narrative generated by hearsay. So again, Alan, if you or anyone does attack me or others like a Chad, you'd only be doing it for views. You and the accusers are the same people who did nothing about someone you called an abuser, which is Sonic93. You did nothing about her to prove she's an abuser. Number 7, and JessJaffolo, if there is evidence, why was it not sent to the police or online anti-abuse moderators? There is a reason evidence exists, right? But there is also a good reason. We fact check evidence so to be false, and we do something about it, no matter how old it is, because unsolved things can be potentially harmful, and cause and effect is a thing. I'm done here. So when it comes down to this, as I said, I'm going to read this in the last part because this is ridiculous. And this might be the same person right here. You know what? As a matter of fact, I'm going to check just in case before I start the video. This is gonna be its own whatchamacallit. It's gonna be its own section. Me reading some of the comments, that is. So I go click on AllenPhoenix. You got a deviant art like what the fuck? You are. You're totally fucked. Legally fucked. You have got to be shitting me. So you were helping literally to gatekeep the situation. You know what? I'm going to more than likely organize this probably into a separate series. I don't know. Or I'm probably going to just post this before I post the other things. I'm going to come back to the whole Channeleven, some of the Yoshi 1 things, and the Wikitubia things like later because this is really important. This is gatekeeping right here. So many of you have been gatekeeping. So actually, I'm going to cut this into a different video. This is so fucking ridiculous. To anybody who has actually been paying attention to the Sonic93 situation, don't feed the accusers. Don't. Even if it's somebody who happens to be standing up for Sonic93 and they're going around picking fights by saying, "Oh, I know where you live, and it's gonna come back and haunt you with karma, and I'll make sure of it," and just saying things like literal threats and stuff. Do not support that. No matter what side it is, don't support it. But when it comes to the Sonic93 accusers, don't help them either. Pay attention to who is actually going through something. Listen to what's being said, think with your own brains, and consider what folks like me and others are saying. For example, a good example of somebody is Innocent Beanie. She checked into the Rilo Puppy videos. If you type in Innocent Beanie and Rilo Puppy or Sonic93 to find her video on Rilo Puppy, she took a reasonably neutral stance, even going as far as to pointing out Rilo Puppy's issues, her flaws, and how she was quote unquote dealing with the Sonic93 situation. Because Rilo was not telling the truth in her video. So really, you can say something, whether it's your own friend or whoever. Don't play the bias game. You see somebody do something wrong, you see somebody slandering Sonic93, you know it's slander, you need to say something. If you can't make a video about her, like to prove that the accusers are doing something wrong, at least tell somebody else or help Sonic93 to seek help over this. Help people to seek help into exposing the accusers. Stop, because it could have been you. Stop letting them do this. Stop letting them get away with it. People have actually died over this. People have committed suicide over false accusations. Enough is enough. So again, I'm actually going to post this as the first video, as this is going to be I'm going to label it as number 6. And I'm going to revisit the Wikitubia stuff like a bit later, because this is a priority right here too. I'm going to actually start off at the beginning, but when it comes to that person that looks like Ghost.ExE, I do want to say this at the end. Gatekeeping a situation also includes having people unmentioned. Those who are actually popular, those who are actually quote unquote called out the person. If you can't credit somebody who is supposedly knighted and calling out someone in a situation, if they're a legendary hero, and you can't even say Clint Barton or Hawkeye, you can't say Iron Man or Tony Stark, you can't mention it, and they're in here, and other people are crediting them, you are gatekeeping a liar. So I will watch this video in the next part rather, because this is stupid. You got a whole bunch of balls and you can say shit about Sonic93, then all of a sudden you dip out like it never happened. What the fuck is that? See you in the next episode.